Hey, it's Jeremy from Ochsner Insurance with the one take. We're back doing the one take. It's been a little bit. Wanted to give you an update. See this shirt? Notice the date 2024 Producers in Paradise. Fabulous event. Notice I don't have the 2025. The journey is real, folks. Building a business is not something for the faint at heart. And this is not a boo hoo, look at me, oh my gosh, this is so terrible video. This is real. This is building a scratch insurance agency business, and it's hard work. And this journey started, this change in the journey started back in October. Thanks, shout out again to David Carruthers and asking some pretty hard questions, and I had to reconsider what I was building and how I was going to build my insurance agency. And so in October, that process started to change how we looked at things and how time off was going to be looked at. And not to say that my family is the reason I do what I do. And I'm not going to work 100 hours a week because I value my family, but there's things that needed to change. And part of that was my perspective. So what changed was we started into the first quarter of 2025 thinking we're going to blow the doors off of this thing. And yeah, there was some good growth. I mean, there was growth, but it wasn't in the target ranges that we were looking for. And I think a lot of that had to do with what was going on with the new administration, the tariff fear. There was just sort of a lull with people. And we noticed that. And then we were able to take a family vacation that had been planned for a couple of years and had a fantastic time as a family. But those 2 months, when we came back in the middle of that month in March and then April, those months were ghost towns as far as generating new business. And even before that, I think in February, we were discussing the Producers in Paradise event, my wife and I kept looking at the revenue, and, I had to make a big boy decision. I'm investing in people, and I love that event because it's a bunch of great people at Producers in Paradise and great vendors, and it's a really fun time, but it's also educational and relaxing at the same time. But it just wasn't in the cards in 2025. We had not hit our targets the way we needed to hit them, and we made a hard decision. And in the past, I would have just gone, put it on a credit card, and said, yeah, we'll make up the revenue later. That's not what we did this year. And I know it was a great event. I know some people that have gone. I heard some of the stories. So, but next year we'll be there. So that's getting us through the Producers in Paradise thing and just continuing to update. So the first quarter, the first 2 months were good as far as revenue. They weren't at our targets, but they weren't bad, so to speak. Quarter two started off terribly. And again, I believe that's the hangover from being gone on vacation, which I'll put up with. That's fine. Thank goodness for renewals and, the revenue still coming in that regard. And we had our best month in May. We were almost to our $10,000 revenue target. And then June fell off again a little bit. This is a roller coaster. It is a roller coaster ride. But the thing that I celebrate is I've gone from zero to now having a team member, and we're getting close to breaking our first barometer or target to continue our growth. And that's exciting and it's motivating, which leads me into the highlight of the first half of the year in 2025. I have been working with my CSR for about 9 months, and we do some trainings, and we have instituted a new meeting, a task meeting every day at 8:30. Every day we do a meeting. We're going over our core values. We're praying. And what I've noticed is that it's actually working. The core values and why we do what we do are starting to infiltrate the what that we do. And it was a customer request, and my CSR knocked it out of the park without me having to even tell him what to do. No insurance experience to a bunch of insurance experience now, and doing what I would have done. And I would even say he did it better than what I would have done. Knocked it out of the park. Absolute highlight of the first half of the year. So that training is paying off, and we are excited about what's going to happen in the second half of 2025. So my commitment is going to be to do at least a monthly update and document where we're at and where we're going. As we are in mid-July already, we had the 4th of July holiday. We enjoyed some great time with family. And I always like to tell you what I'm learning because it's so cool. Multiple podcasts. Ed Milet, super motivational, awesome stuff as always. Craig Groeschel Leadership Podcast, awesome as always. Dan Sullivan's, I don't know the title, search it on whatever place that you want to learn on your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, what have you. But the Dan Sullivan podcast has been super helpful as well. And then what books are we reading? Well, Buy Back Your Time, Dan Martell. Using that, just did the time energy audit. That's very helpful to figure out which tasks I need to move off and which tasks I'm really enjoying. So, and where you're going to be where I would hire next. And then Will Giodara, if I'm not saying your name right, I'm sure you're going to watch this video. But Unreasonable Hospitality is absolutely blowing my mind about how to personalize and exponentialize the customer experience. So we're hoping to continue to start putting some of these ideas into practice for our insurance clients. Because let's face it, we're not selling a tangible thing. And it's hard to personalize things. So in my humble opinion, it has to start here. Listening to what they love and like to do. And then adding some cool stuff for them as rewards. So that's what we're looking forward to. How do we make their experience? How do we personalize their experience? And we'll do that with all sorts of stuff. I mean, we support community partners and local nonprofits, but also specific to each person. I know one of the gifts that we had sent out for a new client, unfortunately, it melted in the awesome high desert heat. And their espresso beans that are delicious turned into a block of chocolate. And they actually sent us a picture, which was fantastic. And I apologized because I'm like, oh, shoot. They're like, oh, it's chocolate. We'll eat it anyway. So that's pretty cool that people are enjoying these gifts and rewards that we're able to bless them with and send out as well. So in any event, that's the One Take Jeremy's Journal for the week ending July the 11th, 2025. And that's the wrap for the first two quarters of 2025. Thanks for watching. I hope this encourages you to keep persevering, ride that roller coaster, be committed, go after it. You're going to be courageous, and you're going to have courage, and you're going to find out what your unique capabilities are. So those are the 4 C's from Coach. I'll end with that. Strategic coach, 4 C's. Here's to your success.